I yield back to my friend from Michigan.
Thank the gentleman for yielding back. I think he's made some very good points about what we don't see in this resolution. We don't see a discussion of what the global threat is from these jihadists who hate democracy, who hate other heretic Muslim states, who want to establish this caliphate that spreads throughout the Middle East, spreads into Europe, across Africa, into Asia. It lacks the concept of putting it into a bigger picture. There is no alternative plan. Really, if you vote for this resolution, what you're voting for is you're voting for stay the course. Support the troops. Don't try a new strategy or tactic. Just stay the course. And it also does not deal with what the potential consequences may be of that failed strategy. I'd like to yield to my colleague from Arizona.
I thank the gentleman for yielding, and I've listened to his eloquent words today about the radical threat we face. I really have a fundamental question for the other side. I thought our colleague from New York did a superb job of acknowledging the good intentions of every member of Congress involved in this debate and the good intentions of the majority. I share his frustration with the process of the war to date. I share the comments made by my colleagues on the other side who are unhappy at how we got here. But I think that misses what I believe is the essential question we confront now, and that is, where do we go from here? What will this resolution do? And I would suggest that that's a question that has not been examined in this debate. I would suggest that many would like to wish this war would go away, that many would like to believe that if the United States withdrew its troops from Baghdad and withdrew its troops from Iraq, that somehow Iraq as a problem would go away. But Mr. Chairman, you've made the point over and over and over again today. This isn't about Iraq. I would ask my colleagues on the other side, can they name a single jihadi leader, a single radical Islamist who has said, if they prevail in Iraq, if we will just leave Iraq, that this will end, that they will no longer desire to conquer the world, that they will back away from all of their rhetoric about attacking all Westerners everywhere. And I suggest you can't name anyone like that. Let me read you just a few quotes to make this point. Ayman al-Zawahiri, we all know who he is, well-known jihadi leader. It is a jihad, I quote, it is a jihad for the sake of God and will last until our religion prevails. Not until we abandon Iraq, but until their religion prevails. The entire world is an open battlefield for us, he goes on to say. We will attack everywhere until Islam reigns. He does not say, close quote, Ayman al-Zawahiri does not say, we will attack until the war in Iraq ends. We will attack until Americans pull out of Baghdad. We will attack until they are no longer in the nation of Iraq. He says we will attack everywhere until Islam reigns. Again, Ayman al-Zawahiri, the jihad, and I quote, the jihad in Iraq requires several incremental goals. The first stage, expel the Americans from Iraq. Note that's only the first stage. The second stage, establish an Islamic authority or emirate. The third stage, extend the jihad wave to the secular countries neighboring Iraq. It will not end. If your resolution, if a resolution tonight could end this war and bring our boys home and our girls home and make the world safe, I would be the first to vote for it. But it won't. Osama bin Laden says it clearly, and I quote, hostility toward America is a religious duty when we hope to be rewarded for it by God. I am confident that Muslims will be able to end the legend of the so-called superpower that is America. We are on notice. I think we have to take them at their word. It isn't about Iraq. It is about our confrontation, a historic confrontation with radical jihadists who seek to kill us.
Reclaim